They're a really great alternative to having to wear mascara every single day. I'm going to show you how I apply them. I'm going to show you how I maintain them, how I clean them to keep everything hygienic and pristine, and then how I remove the lashes. Now, with this lash routine that I'm going to show you, I routinely get about 7 to 10 days per application. Right now, I'm on day 8. It seems like everything in our makeup routine just gets a little bit more difficult as we get older, and mascara and our eyelashes are absolutely no exception. I think that in all my experiences as a working makeup artist with women over 40, that was one of the biggest things they would always complain about is that I hate mascara. Mascara runs, it makes me look like I have raccoon eyes at the end of the day. It flakes, it smudges, my eyes are watering, it's all over the place. I can't stand it. And I would agree. After age 40, I'm 50 this year. I really can't wear a lot of different mascaras. I have a few that I like, but even then, I don't really have a perfect mascara that I can say checks all my boxes. There's always something wrong with whatever mascara formula that I'm using. And it really ticks me off because I always used to have really long, pretty, full lashes. A lot of things change as we get older, and definitely our eyelashes get more sparse. Now, I do use an eyelash serum, just a really basic one from the drugstore by Neutrogena that I really like, that I think does help. But still, I don't have the lashes that I had when I was 25. So it's just hard. It's hard finding a good mascara. So, what are the other options? You have eyelash extensions, you have false eyelashes. And I didn't really like those two choices either. Eyelash extensions for me, I tried them for about 8 months. I loved the look. I hated driving and taking all those hours for the appointments and paying for what I was getting. It was beautiful, but it was expensive. And I really hated false eyelash strips because I always felt like they looked fake. It was hard to put on. Enter in the world of DIY lash extensions that you can buy at the drugstore. And this is my absolute favorite brand from Kiss. These are called the New Natural. These are the lashes that I currently am wearing right now, and I am on day 8 of these lashes. This is what I do with my eyelash extensions, and I wanted to show it to you because I know there are a lot of you out there that hate mascara. You're over a certain age, but by the same token, whether they're lash extensions like this or just a strip lash, you just don't want to go there because you think it's too much. I made this video for you because I do want to show you that yes, there will be a little bit of a learning curve. You will have to learn what you're doing, but once you get the groove, once you get the hang of it, these are a really nice option, especially over a certain age, and they're a really great alternative to having to wear mascara every single day. I'm going to show you how I apply them. I'm going to show you how I maintain them, how I clean them to keep everything hygienic and pristine, and then how I remove the lashes. Now, with this lash routine that I'm going to show you, I routinely get about 7 to 10 days per application. Right now, I'm on day 8. I lost one lash in my outer corner here on my left eye that I just did a simple replacement on, and that was yesterday. So that's not that big of a deal. And now, let me just say, you don't have to try to make your lash wear time extend to as long as I do. If you have super sensitive eyes or that's something that you just don't want to do, you can maybe wear them for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever works and makes sense to you so that you feel like you're getting the most out of it. I say go for it. But at about $4.99 a tray for this package, I get about 2 uses from a package that looks like this. That compared to, say, a $300 false eyelash application in a salon, I'll take this any day. Once you know what you're doing, once you find a brand that you like, this can really be a game changer for you. You can have pretty soft looking lashes and they last, and you don't have to worry about putting on mascara every day. And Remember what I told you in my video that I will link in the description about everything that I don't do in my makeup routine to make everything just simpler for myself? I have found that with these DIY lash extensions, if I can get even a week's wear out of them, it's so fantastic. You wake up and you almost feel like half of your makeup is on. If you've got nicely groomed brows and nice full looking lashes, sometimes you don't even have to wear a ton of makeup. Lashes are enough to make you feel put together and pretty. And that's what this whole thing is about. So let me show you how I go ahead and put these on. Okay, so let's do the DIY eyelash extension tutorial here in my bathroom. It's been one of those days. This is a cup of coffee I poured at 8 o'clock and I still haven't drank it all the way. And I put it in the microwave probably about 4 times. So if you are a homeschool mom, I know you know what I'm talking about. These are the lashes that I really love. These are the Kiss New Natural. And this one is, I think it's called Noir, Noir. That is this particular one. Hopefully it's not too blurry there for you. So that's what they look like. I have one here that I have used before. I'm going to show you everything that I do for my eyelashes, how I get them to last at least a week. Sometimes I can get even longer. And what I do in between to keep the eyelashes clean and healthy and bacteria free and as hygienic as possible. Because if you're going to be wearing eyelashes like these for a week or maybe even up to 9, 10 days, you really want to make sure that you are cleaning your eyelash extensions because we want everything to be safe. I have my handy dandy mirror here that I am looking to. So just in case if you're wondering what I'm looking at, that's my mirror. So to start off, what I do is I take my Bond and Seal. This is a particular Bond and Seal product that I purchased off of Amazon. I like it because it is a dark brown color. So usually if you've never done this before, those eyelash kits come with a Bond and a Seal glue like this to help you get your lashes on and adhering. And then they also come with some type of tool that will look something similar to this. These are these little wands. And what these do is once you get your eyelashes applied and bonded to your lashes, this kind of just locks them into place. So starter kits are going to come with your lashes. They're going to come with a wand like this, and they're usually going to come with a bond on one side and a seal on the other. I've used the Kiss Bond and Seal before. It's fine, but I really like this one. I get this for about $8 by itself off of Amazon. I will link everything for you guys in the description below. But to get started, what I do is I go to the bond part of the lash adhesive. And this is that magical product that is going to get your lashes adhering for a long time. And what I like to do is I just apply about that much on my tray and I let it dry for anywhere from 30 seconds or so to get it tacky. While I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm going to start with my right eye and I'm going to go ahead and take my trusty Shiseido eyelash curler and I am going to curl my eyelashes. It always looks so creepy when you're watching someone else do it, but when you're doing it on yourself, it's fine. So I get a little bit of a lift there. And then what I do is I've got the glue that's on the actual eyelash tray. But what I also like to do is take the little wand, it's like a little mascara wand, and I like to go in at the base of my lash and apply just a touch of bond there. I'm starting from the outer corner and I'm just lightly putting a little bit of bond, don't do that, a little bit of bond just at the base of the lashes. I used to comb it all the way through like mascara. I don't do that anymore. I find that it makes the bond look too goopy and thick, and I don't like that. Just a touch of that bond using this wand at the base of your lash is going to be more than enough. And as you can see, it doesn't even look like I have anything. So now what you do is you take your eyelash tray with that bond there that's been getting tacky, and what I do is I take my wand and I will gently lift one of the short lashes with this wand. And usually these come with 2 lines of short lashes and 2 lines of medium lashes. And what you can do is something called a lash map. A lash map is just basically like the pattern that you use for your eye shape and for the look that you want. that will really suit your individual eye. I'm going to show you how I do it, my lash map, basically. So what I do is I start with one of the short length lashes. And here's the lash on the wand. Unlike traditional eyelashes, false eyelashes, where you're putting them on top of your lashes, with these DIY lash extension kits, you are applying that lash underneath your natural lash. So that's what's really cool. So you want to make sure that you get the bond on the right side of that little top of that little strippy lash there. Move this so you can see. So I get very lightly into that bond. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the inner corner and place that short lash. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to try to move as much as I can so you can see what I'm doing. And just release. And that way it's right there just on the inner corner to start. And what I like to do is have a paper towel with a little bit of spray alcohol off to the side. So if my wand gets a little bit sticky, I can just wipe it with some rubbing alcohol so that I can keep going. Because I've bought so many kits over the years, I have a bunch of these. So I'll just use a bunch of these clean wands as I'm going along in my application process. Now I'm going to go back onto my tray and using my wand, I'm going to gently lift another short little wisp, turn it to the correct side so that I can lock it underneath, go on my tray, dip that lash, and right next to that short lash, I'm going to apply the second wisp. So there are two short wisps there, okay? And now what I'm going to do for my lash map is I'm going to add a few medium-sized wisps placed right next to those two short ones. So again, taking my wand, I lifted it up off the tray, and now I'm dipping it into that bond. And this bond is great because it's nice and tacky. It'll be perfect for adhering to the lash line. And you don't want to do too much bond because remember, it's going to start getting super sticky if you do that. And also, you have a little bit that you put on there in the beginning with the actual lash applicator. So I've applied one short here at the very inner corner, one short right next to it. Now I'm taking that medium and I'm going right next to that short one and I'm applying and lifting. And you'll see what I'm doing. I basically just place it right where I want it and then just lift, lift, lift gently. And as I'm lifting the wand, it adheres. Okay, let's wipe my wand. I've got a towel off to the side here. Now, again, I'm going in to the medium size wisps, pull that off really gently, and I turn it around so that it's positioned correctly, so that it's with the lashes facing out. Dip it a little bit into that bond, not a lot, don't go cray. I'm positioning it right next to that first medium lash that I put on, lift up. Okay. So what I like to do is I do usually two short, three medium, and then one short on the end. So let's add one more medium wispy to that second medium that I did. This is really fun. I love doing my lashes. It's so relaxing. And I just find that when I do my lashes, some days, if I don't even want to mess with eye makeup, I don't because I still look put together. If you're working with your bond and you're noticing that it's too tacky, then you might have to do a little bit more bond, but I'll do that right after this wisp. So again, two short, two medium. This final third medium wisp is going right next to that second one. And what you want to do is position your wispy kind of more toward the bottom part of that lash wisp so that it's going to be easier to place and then lift up. See how I did that? Okay. Now let's wipe that wand again so that it's not sticky. And I'm going to go in with my bond. So probably about 3 or 4 minutes had passed. So this bond is like almost completely dry now. So I'm going to need another little touch here on the tray. Give it a little bit of airtime to be tacky, about 30 seconds. But this is what we have so far. And then what I'm going to do when everything is on is I'm going to take one of my wands and I'm going to press and release really gently on that lash line. And that's what's really going to lock in that bond. Okay, so I added a little bit more bond. I'm going to take a short lash and I'm going to put it on the very end. The reason why I go back to a short wisp on the very end is because I find it is much more natural that way. So that's the final wisp right on the end. There you go. It's much more natural that way. If you like the look of that false eyelash look, then you might not want to put a short wisp on the very end. You might want to put a long one. But for me, I just find that it's a little too false eyelashy look, and I just like it to be a little bit more natural. So now what I'm going to do is, now that all of those lashes are on, I take my wand and make sure that it's not sticky. And then this is when you're going to start pressing and releasing along the lash line to make sure that bond is really solid. So I'm going to start with the inner corner because that's where I started and that's the driest section. And I press and hold and then release. And then I keep going down the length of my lash line. Press, release. It'll stick a little. That's like normal. So just keep wiping that wand, or if one particular wand gets too sticky, you can just do another one. So here's another wand, and I will just go in, see from the end here to get all those end wispies. I will clamp, and then you want to just release in an upward motion. And then that's all there is to it. So that is my lash map. I had 2 short starting from the inner corner, 3 medium, and then 1 short at the very end. So I'm going to do my left eye. I'll speed it up a little for you so that you don't have to listen to this incessant babbling. And let me take a drink first because Mama has not finished her coffee. And who does this too? A lot of times when I've got cold coffee that's been sitting for more than an hour or so, I will literally take another cup, put ice in it, and drink it iced. Like at that point, it's iced coffee, right? You pour that darn thing at 8 in the morning, and then by 1 p.m., just make it iced coffee. What are you gonna do? So let's do the left eye. Left eye, here we go. Again, going in with your eyelash curler. You don't have to use an eyelash curler, but it makes it a lot easier, especially when you have to take your bond and very gently apply a little bit at the base, like a tapping motion at the base of the lash. And you don't have to comb it through like mascara. When you're lighter handed with the glue, your lashes stay on a lot longer. If I'm more careful with the glue and not doing so much of the glue, I can go sometimes up to 9, 10 days. Okay, so this is the first short lash going right there, starting on that inner corner and release. So remember, the lash map is 2 short, 3 medium, and 1 short at the end. So here we go. Do, 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 do. And it's a delicate art to try to pull these little suckers off of the tray because if you are too rough, you can end up like the wisp will just fall apart a little bit. So you just got to be really careful. I go in with my wand and get to the middle of that wisp and then I pull. If you pull from the bottom part, you can end up pulling little wispies out and you don't want to do that. These new naturals from Kiss, they're really popular and I can barely ever find them in the store. I can find them off Amazon though. But when I do see them at, say, a Walgreens or a Target or something, I buy a bunch because they're never in stock. And then, okay, again, my wand, and I'm going to start at the inner corner and I'm going to press and release. Keep inching down the lash line, going in, pressing and releasing. And it's going to stick a little bit. So just keep wiping your wand or go with another one. I'm going to go in at the very end here, and I'm going to press and release. So those are the 2 eyes. Now, these bonds, usually they come with the bond side, which is what we've been working with this whole time, and then also a seal. The seal is not necessary, But the seal is nice because it takes away extra stickiness. So it's just usually clear. So I like to go in and just the way that I first applied that bond before we even put a wisp on, what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm just going at the base there, just to just take away that tackiness. And that's exactly what that seal does. I don't know how much sealing of whatever it's doing, but I do know that it takes away that tacky feel, which is nice. And now, as you can see, I've got some beautiful lashes that are going to last for a minimum of a week, unless I'm not careful with them. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I use to clean my lashes at least every other night. If you do it every night, your lashes might not last as long. You can do it about every other night if you want to stretch it out a little bit more. But if you're wearing eye makeup, you're obviously going to have to be really careful the way that you remove your eye makeup. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is use an oil-free eye makeup remover. Nothing with oil, because the oil is going to get near that bond and it's going to start dissolving it, and it's going to just make the lashes fall off a lot quicker. So remember, when you are removing eye makeup, be really careful when you're removing it and use an oil-free eye makeup remover. My favorite eye makeup removers that I use when I am wearing my lashes. My first one is the L'Oreal 100% oil-free eye makeup remover. I get this off of Amazon. You can also use a micellar water. This is the one from Bioderma. You just don't want to be too heavy-handed with the Bioderma or with any micellar water, because there's oil spheres in all micellar water formulas. So you just have to be really careful and just stay on your lid. But if you don't want to run out and buy a separate eye makeup remover, if you don't have one and you have a micellar water, yes, you can use it. Just be really careful that you're not getting close to your eyelashes. I prefer something that says 100% oil free. That is going to keep your lashes on and looking really pretty for longer. Later, I'm going to turn the camera on and show you how I clean my eyelashes at the end of the day. I will do this every other night, although you can do it every night if you like. Also, I wanted to tell you really quick that at least once, if not twice a day, you want to keep a clean wand handy, because what you're going to do is you're going to clamp really gently and release just to reinvigorate that bond. That actually keeps it stronger when you just do a very light clamp of your lashes, minimum at least once a day. So I'm at the end of my day and I am going to remove my makeup. I have a little bit of Bioderma. It's my favorite micellar water. Absolutely love it. Super gentle. And I have a cotton gauze pad. And I'm just going to just gently remove everything. It's been one of those days. So then I just take this same gauze and I turn it inside out for a little bit more of a cleaner side. And I just very gently remove my cream eyeshadow. And remember in that video I did where I talk about I don't really mess with eyeshadow a lot. I'll just maybe choose one, two cream or powder eyeshadow colors. So as you can see, my lashes are on, and I take that gauze and I just very gently go down at the base of my lashes to remove any eyeliner or eyeshadow there if I have it. And remember, when we put on our lashes, they're attached underneath. So you're going to loosen anything because the lashes are, remember, they're adhering underneath. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And remember, with the micellar water, you should be okay, but you don't want to douse your eyelid because you don't want to really go too crazy and remove that bond. I will say, I've for years and years and years watched videos and tutorials of women taking their makeup off on YouTube, and it always looks like they are just like going to war with their skin with a washcloth or their hands or like cotton around. It's really not as bad as it looks. in real life. I'm going to go ahead and do a second cleanse with my new favorite cleanser from Prequel. This is the Cleanser. It's a non drying glycerin cleanser for face and body, but I really love it. It does not strip the skin at all, and it's beautiful for a second cleanse. But what I'm going to show you next is how I clean these lashes. So I don't do this every single night. What you just saw with the micellar water or with eye makeup remover on the eyelid is fine for what I do. But every other night, I just want to keep this area hygienic, keep everything nice and clean. So I have a little eyelash extension cleaner brush. That's what this is. They sell them all over Amazon. So you can get something. Or if you don't want to invest in an eyelash cleansing brush and you just want to use, say, like a clean washcloth really gently around the eyelash area, go ahead. But that's kind of sad. Go ahead. But what I like to do is I like to get warm water, wet that brush. And then what I do is I have something called OcuSoft. This is a lid scrub. These products are foaming eyelid and eyelash cleanser. They're developed for people that suffer from something called blepharitis, which is chronic dry eye. Blepharitis is associated with clogged oil glands along the eyelash area. So when you use heat compression and eyelid scrubs, meaning what I'm doing to clean the lashes, it actually re-moisturizes the eye because it releases the dust and the debris around the eyelid and that catches on the eyelashes. And it also loosens those clogged oil glands along the eyelash line. And so the oil kind of flows out and moisturizes the eye. Now, this isn't a dry eye tutorial, so I won't go too into detail, but the lid scrub is also very good for cleaning and maintaining really clean eyelash extensions and eyelids. And I just very gently tap. You can even take your soft muslin washcloth and just basically just tap just to remove the excess lid scrub. This lid scrub is great. It's developed specifically for your eyes. So it doesn't really sting, it doesn't cause them to tear. It's fantastic. So you saw I use about that much per eye. So again, I get this brush wet and I just drag it along the lash line of my lashes to get everything wet. I go in with a little bit of the foam and then I just very gently along my lid and then just really gently along the base of those lashes on top and on the bottom there. So position that brush underneath. And then what I do, I take that clean washcloth again, rinse it with a little bit of water and just pat and get the excess off. You can actually splash some water on your face and your eyes to get rid of the foam, but the foam really disintegrates quickly and it doesn't leave a residue. And that's pretty much all I do. And the bond is still intact now. You know what? I'm actually glad you're seeing this. There's one little guy at the very end. You see him? You see how he's just hanging on? I am actually right now on day 7. So I have only lost one lash. And it's really not that big of a deal because I was probably going to be removing these tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But as you can see, it still looks pretty. So take a dry cloth and I just very gently blink and press into that dry washcloth just to get rid of the excess water. And after 5 to 10 minutes, I will grab my wand. I will go in and just very gently press and hold just to reinvigorate that bond. I've got this one gnarly little lash there, but honestly, even with that one that I lost, to have one little soldier go down after 7 days, that's really all I do. And you can buy a brush similar to this, or you can just use a super soft baby washcloth. You can use eye makeup remover for that first step, but I would really recommend getting either a dedicated lash extension soap to clean them or something like this that is developed for dry eye for blepharitis patients. Very gentle, even though it's foaming. It removes eye makeup, it removes oil and debris from the lid, and also allergens and dust and debris that get caught in the lashes. And when you have bond on your lashes, that bond that's holding those lashes on. So that will attract additional dust and debris. So that's why it is important to clean those lashes at least every other day while you're wearing them. You don't want to get any irritations or anything that's going to make wearing these unpleasant. Now, you might have to experiment and see what type of bonds work best for your eyes. Some people can use any type of bond from any brand and be fine. Some people have to experiment until they find a bond that doesn't irritate their eyes. If you have super, super sensitive eyes, I would say it might not be a good idea to try to shoot for sometimes up to 8, 9, 10 days of wear. For you, 3, 4 days of wear might be all that your sensitive eyes can tolerate, but even that's a win. You have 3 to 4 days of really pretty eyelashes. You're not worried about mascara smudging. Because I had a comment where somebody had said, these lashes, they just seem like way too much. Like I can't even go there. I'll just do mascara. No thanks. And I used to feel the same way, except it gets harder to wear mascara as you get older. And plus, you're going through menopause and your eyes tear a lot quicker. Or what if you have allergies? Mascara can be a pain. So I get it. I get the sentiment that the person was saying about how these lashes seem like a lot. I don't want to go there. But like everything else, you get your groove, you learn what you're doing, and it gets easier and it gets easier. And for me to have a little over a week payoff of really nice lashes and I don't have to worry about mascara, I'm good. I'm really good. There are lashes, DIY eyelash extensions at every price point. And I have to say, the drugstore versions for me personally performed. And the new natural ones that I showed you are my absolute favorite. I really love those because they keep a curl longer, fluffy, curly look that I prefer. And with the new naturals, I mean, you can still see I've got a little bit of that fluff. What I might do is go back to my kit and maybe just, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, are you getting these political texts? It's gotten to the point where I am getting about 40 to 50 political texts a day, and they stop around 10:15 at night. I can't wait for this election to be over. I'm telling you, I can't. St. Joseph, pray for us. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I might just go ahead and replace that one little puppy right there that fell off, but 2 or 3 more days, I'm cool. What else should I tell you? I want you to tell me more about what you want to see on this channel. I've been thinking about some videos lately about things that I learned when I turned 50. I turned 50 in March of 2024, and I've been really thinking about what I would tell my 25-year-old self, what I would tell my 35-year-old self. If that's something that you want to hear, let me know. Even a couple videos of things that I no longer buy at this age, things that I don't worry about, maybe possibly some updates of some of my favorite, all-time favorite beauty products that have stood the test of time for me. Things like that. Super long day, but it's time to remove these eyelash extensions after 8 days. Sometimes I get 9 days, sometimes I get 10. I've got 8 days. So this is the Kiss Mascara eyelash extension remover. Now, what this is it's basically an oil-based eye makeup remover. So anything, this is a cotton gauze here that I've ripped in half. Anything that is oil-based will remove these lashes, okay? So I saturate some gauze and I basically just place on my eyelid just gently for probably maybe about 10 seconds or so. And then I just kind of lift them off really easily. Sometimes they come off more easily than others. There they are. See? And uh, I just go all over the lid with the cotton to just remove the eye makeup, the gunk. Now I will be doing a double cleanse on my face, but I remove the lashes first. So again, here is another cotton gauze pad. Shake that oil-free remover, douse it on your pad, and just have your moment. Let that oil dissolve that bond. Look at that. Pretty much the whole thing came off. I think I have one more there on the edge. But there it is. And then I will kind of turn that inside out to make it clean a little bit more. And then that double cleanse and that second cleanse will just remove a lot of the gunkiness from the oil-based eye makeup remover. I know I look pretty tore up, but that is it. That is basically it. You can use baby oil for this. Just something that is oil based will remove these lashes. So I'm going to go wash my face, but that's all you have to do. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. One more thing I want to show you is I buy off of Amazon these little film shields. And what they do is they keep a lot of wetness and moisture away from your eyelashes when you're showering. So what it is, it's basically just a little shield like this. There's adhesive here. You peel this off, make sure that your skin is clean, that you don't have makeup and oils and things on your face, but you peel off this adhesive and you tape it right above where your eyebrows are, and you take a shower. So the majority of the water is just running off of the shield and not getting on your eyelashes. I mean, it's okay to get your eyelashes wet a little bit, but you don't want a ton of hot water touching them because all that's going to do is basically weaken the adhesive bond, which is what you don't want. I'm going to have an upcoming video about how to shampoo your hair properly with the right shampoo so that you don't have to shampoo every single day. So many of us are not shampooing our hair correctly and we're using the wrong shampoo and we have greasy roots and oily ends and we don't know what to do. So we're like trapped in this I have to wash my hair every other day cycle because it's greasy and gross. So watch out for that video. When I am taking a shower, I am not washing my hair every day. So that's where these little guys come into play. I will link the one that I use for you in my Amazon store. There's a ton of them. You can just type in eyelash extension protective shield and a whole bunch of stuff will come. So I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that it did show you that these DIY eyelash extensions are something that you can do, that you don't have to bother with mascara every day if you don't want to. You absolutely do not have to go out and pay $300 to have eyelash extensions. That's nice, but that is cost prohibitive for a lot of us. So you want to look pretty, but you don't want to break the bank. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know more about what you want to see on my channel. So just comment below. I don't want to be just a beauty channel. There are things that I'm going to be talking about, faith and life and different things, but I also want to start with the simplicity of how we can take care of ourselves in the beauty space. It can be simpler. It can come from a place of calm and it can come from a place of, I just want to look like myself, but better. We don't have to do all the crazy things that so many women are doing out there. We can just keep it simple. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for the support. As you know, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get my channel monetized. It's been a long journey. I've been on YouTube since 2016 and I have yet to hit 1,000 subscribers. I had a lot going on in my life around the time I started the channel. About 5 months into that, my 3.5-year-old son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and then I was diagnosed with cancer. So that went all on the back burner. It's not like I've been actively trying for a channel for 8 years, but it's been around for 8 years, and I've actually started really focusing on YouTube for about a year now. And I am at 919 subscribers. The last time I did a video about my YouTube journey was back in February, and I think I was around 200 at that time. So now here we are in October of 2024, and I just want to say thank you. The grace of God and your just love and generosity of spirit has allowed me to get to this number. And it humbles me every single day to know that people are watching, people are commenting, people are enjoying what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you. I would love to say a prayer over everyone watching this video right now. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord Jesus, bless and keep everybody watching this video. Watch over them, their families, their friends. May He shine His face upon you and be gracious to you. May He look upon you with favor and give you peace. Love you all. I will talk to you later. Bye.